Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Father Bauer Arena in the University of British Columbia on Canada's lovely west coast on a snowy day. We are about to broadcast a final game for the day today between the Washington Pride and the Chicago Young Americans, and the game is just underway. They take it back. Washington Pride are wearing the white-colored jerseys, and the Chicago Young Americans are wearing the blue and red and white trim jerseys. Now they get all the way out to the center ice area. Nice play to break their way back inside. Going down, Hernandez comes in. She takes it against the wall. Park has control. Elise Park staying with her, not going to let her control. Now the Washington Pride kick control all the way out the far left side. Blitz goes down, past everybody, goes inside the zone. They're going to chase this one back down, trying to pick it back up. Sukup had it for a second. Misplayed it. No, a bad clearing play right there. That could have been really, really costly for the Chicago Young Americans as they worked their way all the way out of their own zone. Up the center ice area, across the blue line, going inside. Driving from the net, trying to get control of this one. Shot right through traffic. Not going to get her foot on this one. Maloney playing goal for the Washington Pride. Now they dump it back inside the corner. They're clearing it back out. Never got control of this one. Alina had it for a second. And Chicago Young Americans sort of hemmed inside over on the hash marks on the far right side this time. They'll take it back behind the line. Ruttenberg comes inside the corner. Also coming in to help out is Sistek. Sistek couldn't get control. They clear it all the way out to the far side. Straight down the far side. Boards are breaking their way in. Schneider comes in, centering it right through the goal crease. Rolled off of her stick. She just could not control it that way. And it goes back up ice the other way, breaking out of their own zone. Shazvozi comes inside. She throws it inside off of the back wall. This is blocked and picked back up by the Chicago Young Americans, who are exploding, coming out of their own zone, up the center, across the ice. Careful play. Icing is waved off by both linesmen. Being politically correct, we should say linespersons in today's world, because all three officials are young ladies doing the game today, as is all weekend long, doing a remarkable job. Pushed off the puck on the far side this time, going after this one. Petty goes inside the corner. She tried to get control of it. Now it goes back out. Park comes inside the corner, throwing it off of the outside of the net this time. Petty doing a good job forechecking. Now we have a long stretch pass, wide open, all the way straight down the ice, going in. Hondrick comes in. Nice back checking right there to take the puck off of her. And what a solid play. Madison Hondrick had a golden chance, but that was taken clearly away from her. Blitz comes straight down. Right side, going in, taking a shot. Kicked out, rebound. Oh, narrowly missed on the outside post. What a remarkable stop on that play right there. Just kicked out, and it goes back out, kept on side of the blue line. They break the way back in. Preddy comes in. She misplayed this one. Now Ondrick throws it straight forward, and they go in front of the bench all the way to the Washington Pride. The Pride having a real quick line change, and they go against the boards, left side. Back down, Madison throws it inside, offside. The one that was offside in this case right there was Abigail Bush, and she was offside by about a stride and a half. Not much, but enough to count for being offside. Linesman squares the players in right now. McMahon got the draw right from the faceoff and threw it inside the corner. Now they'll take it around the board. Ziff has control. She throws it straight out the middle part of the ice. But Kellis throws it in. Stopped behind the net. Coming out of the net to stop this, Gianna Maloney. She had it for a second, then give it back to her defensive partner. Back down. They get it all the way back out to the center ice area. Munson gets it below our broadcast booth. They just tip this one back over against the boards on the far left side this time. Bloomer throws it inside the corner. Taking this one off of her is Curry. Curry comes inside. She wanted to get control. Failed to. Now they go back up ice the other way, and they wait for it. Holding out of this one. Not going to give an inch right now. Now they break down the far left side. Munson comes in. Takes a shot. Big stop by Maloney, and she holds on this one. Yeah, I watched the teams earlier on. We had a chance to do the Washington Pride earlier on. I was watching the Chicago Young Americans, a previous game they played earlier on today over on the far rink, over on the Pro-Trans Arena. 3 complexes here, all 3 arenas being used. And Chicago Young Americans, one thing I noticed about them early in the game that I was watching earlier on today, very fast, explosive team breaking out of their own zone. New centerman coming in for the Washington Pride. Shout out to everyone listening in, regardless of where your travels might take you. It goes right on goal. Maloney holds on this one. Welcome to our broadcast, coming to you from Father Bauer out here at the University of British Columbia. Hope you're enjoying the game today, all the call of today's games. You can send me a note on Twitter, which is @SportsWave, and we'll keep you posted. Give a shout out to you and your family, wherever you might be listening in from. Now they get control straight out the middle part of the ice, all the way over on the far side. Sistek had it for a second. Offside again by about a stride and a half. Good call by the linesman to make that call. Really a fast call right there. Chicago Young Americans on the hurry-up offense right there. And Alina was the one that was offside. Not by much, but enough to count to have the linesman blow the whistle on that play right there. They take control of it. They throw it inside the zone, shooting it up for the wall this time in front of the penalty box area. It was blocked. Alina throws it inside. Park goes after it. They picked it back up, shot it inside the corner, and Elise Park picks it back up behind her own net. Takes her time. Elise pitches back inside. That was Elise Park. Had it for a second. Now they go back up ice the other way. Across the line, all the way over on the far left side, taking it back behind the net. Weiss goes after it. Weiss just rips it around the wall all the way over on the far right side corner, and they clear it back around, this time from one side to the other. Played 5 minutes in the opening period, coming to you from the Father Bauer Arena at the University of British Columbia, out in Canada's West Coast, Vancouver, British Columbia. Out to center, cross ice. Nice play to get it back down. Alina goes after this one. Going in, taking a shot. That was blocked right there. They take it back once again behind the net, trying to sort things out. Long stretch pass. This is blocked and intercepted by Petty. She gets up the center. She busts her way in, goes over on the far left side, waiting for it. Ondrick goes after this one, and she misplayed it. Now they pick it back up, far side. Nice play to pick it back up, and they held on this one. Now they stopped and twisted like a pretzel back behind the net, but they're holding on to it and trying to work their way out of their own zone. The Pride doing a good job forechecking, keeping it inside the zone, but they maintain control of it this time. Sorkin takes it, number 87 for the Chicago Young Americans. She clears it all the way out of her own zone, up to center. At center, Maloney goes after this one. Out of her reach, she couldn't get control. Now Maloney goes inside the zone. A penalty coming up. I think this is going against the Chicago Young Americans for interference. It is an interference minor penalty. She was going off the ice, and she was going in. What she basically did was she ran a pick. Ran a pick play right there for the play as she was going off the ice, and the player tried to go past her, and the referee, Johnny on the spot, made the quick call right there. You can see blue and red and white trimmed jerseys for the Chicago Young Alina So Alina will come over and sit in the penalty box. McKenna Alina. So they're discussing who's going off, who's coming off on a line change. I think there's a little bit of discussion. They'll get it sorted out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So the referee indicates what the rule is and how it's going on. I like a referee that has lots of open communication with the coaching staff. Coaching staff might not necessarily agree with it, but at least it's open communication. And they can't say they didn't get a reply. Shot off of the back wall. This is picked back up once again by the Chicago Young Americans, and they just drifted all the way down the ice, right on goal. Dangerous play to come out. Maloney holds on that one as she comes out of that. One thing I said earlier on today is Maloney is a very talkative young goaltender between the pipes. She is very vocal. She likes to keep her team informed and let them know what's going on at both ends of the arena, more so in her own zone. Now they get control, tip it all the way back outside. Corcoran has control, and Corcoran gets over center. She just throws this one back. This is blocked and stopped. Corcoran goes after it a second time. Petty comes inside. She is pushed off the puck. Petty goes in. Corcoran goes inside. Petty comes in, tries to get it through traffic, but this is picked up and drifted all the way out to the blue line area. Kept onside. Now it's not. Now they go back the other way, and Corcoran gets control of it again, and she dishes this one back over on the right side to a Park. Park back to Corcoran. Now Corcoran's going to chase it around over in front of her own players' bench this time. Holding on to it. Park straight up the middle. Up to Petty. Petty back to Park. Back inside the zone. Tipping it back in, and Dalby is chasing this one back down. Icing is waved off. Delayed offside indicated, but now they tag up at the blue line to get out of the play. Long pass, blocked all the way down the ice, and the minor penalty still has 40 seconds remaining in it. Then the power play will be over for the Washington Pride. They're trying to muster up some stronger offense as they break out of their own zone. Curry comes down. She goes to the middle part. Curry goes after this one, failed to get control. Now they tip it all the way down the ice, and they'll chase it inside their zone, taking it back easily behind their own net this time. Wildman has control. Clearing it, not out. They're going to go back inside once again behind the net, and Wildman will take this one as she holds on to it. A long stretch pass. The minor penalty is getting set, and they are back at full strength right now. 5 aside. They're going inside the corner, chasing it back down. Curry goes after it. You can hear Maloney hollering that they are all even strength. She's hollering 5 aside, basically to direct her defensive partners out there so they know what's going on. Cross ice, they're breaking their way in. Good play to go inside. Nice stop by Maloney, and she kicked this one off the top part of the glass. They're going to chase it back down, keeping it onside again. Sorkin had control of it for a second. Sukup was out there as well. Now she reaches back for it. Sukup gets control and rips it off of the wall. Missed the linesman that time, so she didn't hit her. Now they cleared it, not out, blocked once again. Now they'll throw the long stretch pass out to the center ice area. Sistek had it. Gets it inside, throwing it inside the zone. Line change coming up. Timoa had control of it for a second. Chicago Young Americans out to center, blocked, cross ice. Park gets control. Park lost her footing and fell down. Now we have a break-in working down the ice, but a couple players just collided. That was just a little bit of a miscue right there. No penalty actually warranted on that play right there. Ondrick goes in. Morgan Ondrick, she is pressing inside. Two of them, Morgan and Madison. Now they have control in front of the players' bench, and they throw it back inside. Nice play to throw it right on goal. Morgan Ondrick dumped it right on goal. A little extra traffic right there. And as she grabs the puck, we'll have a quick stoppage of play. Young Maloney is having a bit of a discussion with her defensive players on the ice right now, giving some instructions. So we mentioned earlier on how vocal she is as a goaltender. She's doing a remarkable job out there. So we have control of it. They still have control, clearing it back out to the blue line area. Not able to keep it onside this time. Maloney has control. Over on the boards near the penalty box area, and Munson threw it inside. Munson challenges back, unable to get control of this one. Now it goes back out, and they still have control a second time. Misplayed this one. They'll throw it straight forward. Up the middle part of the ice. Now they'll break the way in. Maloney comes down, goes to the front part of net. Maloney picks up her own rebound. Challenging, takes a shot right through the goal crease right there. Never got that right on goal. A good solid shot right there, but she tried. Exceptional chance, and Ondrick goes back after it and goes up ice the other way. Now we work down inside the zone, chasing it back down. They're cutting to the middle, taking a big stop right there. Huge shot, nice stop by Maloney as she holds on that one. And she gets a well-deserved stoppage of play and a rest, so we'll have a stoppage of play once again. And the face-off once again inside the zone with 9:56 remaining in period number 1. No score in tonight's contest. Welcome to our broadcast. Hope you're enjoying the game. Coming to you from Canada's lovely west coast, Vancouver, British Columbia. Our pleasure to bring you the call for today's game. From the face-off, it goes inside the corner this time. They're doing their absolute best to get the shot right on goal. Failed to this time. And they will do absolutely everything they can to make that work up. Picking it back up inside their own zone. Dumping it all the way back out. Just trying to look and get a couple of numbers sorted out right now. Just trying to double check the goaltenders' numbers so we make sure we got the correct goaltenders playing as they cross the line, going inside. Waits, Dalby comes inside, misplayed and turned, and they go back up ice the other way, across the line. Hernandez comes in, she goes in the corner, trying to set this one back through the goal crease. McMahon is out there as well. That was out of her reach, so she couldn't get control of this one. Now they bounce it back. They're going to go back after this one. Shooting it back inside the corner, around the wall this time. And they'll pick it back up and go the other way. All the way out to the center ice area. Across the line, now they'll just clear it off of the boards, dumping it out to the center ice area. This is going to go back the other way, and they're offside by about 1.5 feet. Good play. Ruttenberg took the puck and never really looked to see who was inside, and the one that was with her was Chavosi, and she was offside by about 1.5 strides. So no call other than the simple offside. Nothing else materialized on that play. Chicago having a quick line change, the Young Americans. They shoot it up for the backboards. They're going to go back after this one, picking this one back up. Easily played. Delaney Weiss had it for a second. Now she's going to get it back, and it goes all the way out to the center ice area. Maya Tumawa goes down. She goes across the line. Offside, delayed offside indicator once again. And another quick call. Good call by the linesman to make that call on the offside. 8:26 remaining, period number 1. Looking at getting a couple of interviews when the game finishes officially. A lot of time left, but we want to get an interview with the coaching staff for the Chicago Young Americans. We'll see. We might get an interview with one of the goaltenders or the players or whatever, but we're working on that right now, so that's sort of a work in progress for you. Over on the far side. Back inside. Clearing it up for the boards. Trying to pick this one back up. They eventually did. They solved it. Ondra comes inside the corner. She tried to clear it. Goes back after a second time. Manages to get this one straight forward this time, but they cleared it. And it goes only as far as the blue line. It was reached out of the air by Cave Hawkins, and she throws it back in against the wall. Now they take it back behind the line one more time. Weiss has it. She gives it over. Hash marks, far right side. Lost it on the back pass right there. Now they go back up ice the other way. Clearing it all the way out to center ice area. Good play to dip this one back in. Sukup was one that threw it back inside. Now Sukup as well as Morgan Hundrick going off on a well-deserved line change. They're stopping and waiting to go back once again. Back behind their own net. In control of it. Twisting and turning like a pretzel inside the corner right there. Waiting to get control. Hundrick comes inside. She's pressing right on goal. Oh, a big pushing match ensues in front. And the goal will not count. It went in. The whistle obviously went first. And Maloney having a little bit of words of wisdom with all, not only her players, but the attacking players, a couple players from Chicago as well. Basically just saying, stay out of my crease, sunshine. I don't need any extra company right now. My crease is crowded. It's not that big. 7.5 remaining. First period of play. Out to the blue line. Munson throws it back around the wall this time. They're going to go back behind the net. Delby will pick this one back up. She is pushed off of the puck. Now they go back the other way. Cross ice. Delby, far side. Breaking their way out. Cochran comes inside across the blue line. As Cochran goes inside, Mara is the trailer. Now Mara is going to go inside the corner. Also, Allison Curry comes inside. She wants to get control. Block stopped it. Kept onside by Elise Park at the blue line. She throws it back inside once again to Curry. Curry doing a good job. She got tripped up. Play carries on. Curry as well as Maloney. The two of them pushed behind the play. Now Curry going off on a quick line change right there, as was Maloney. Now Curry stays on the ice, changed her mind. It's dumped past everybody and down the ice, and Curry's decided she's going to chase after this one after she changed her mind and going off on a line change. Twisting and turning, almost stole that one behind the net. And Brett Kellis had it, and she throws it all the way out to the center ice area. Park picks this one up. Inside her own blue line by 40 feet. Out, block, stop, chasing it back around once again. Ondrick going off on a line change. Fresh legs on the ice for Chicago Young Americans. In front of the penalty box, straight down inside the zone. Sistek comes in. She goes after it. Sistek throws it back behind the net. Coming in, trying to get the free puck on the wraparound play right there. And this is blocked and picked back up and dumped all the way out to the center ice area. Stolen right there by Tumiwa. Tumiwa had it for a second. Now they go back the other way and work their way down. Bloomer comes inside. Bloomer goes to the left. Couldn't get the shot on goal. Bloomer goes after it a second time, but this is stolen right there by her counterpart, number 22, Petrie. Petrie comes down, goes to the middle, takes a shot, kick. This time they got it with the pad, the right pad. Nice play. Kelzico got the shot away right on goal there, and she made the quick stop to kick that one wide. Rebound, shot high over top of the net, and they're picking this one back up again. Ziff comes inside the corner, pushing with her player in the corner, mixing it up. Crave Hawkins comes inside. She wants to get it all the way back out in front, out of the reach of Blitz, and she couldn't put her stick on it. And now Chicago breaks up ice the other way. They're going inside the corner. Bloomer is chasing it down, but it goes right on goal, so the urgency for speed sort of took over because the whistle took place first. So we'll have a quick stoppage to play. Face-off once again back inside the corner, this time to the left of young Maloney. So they're going to wait for the draw. Easily played right there. From the draw, goes back out to the blue line. Kept on side. Easily stopped by Sorkin. Sorkin shoots it right towards the net. But this was blocked. Waiting for it. Now they get back across the blue line. Inside the corner. They're challenging after this one and trying to get control of this. They cleared it. Far right side wall this time. Pinching back inside is Curry. Curry tried to get it. This time she fed it to Park. Now Curry gets it back. She goes all the way out. Curry picks it back up in the corner. She goes after it. Man, she is cooking with gas, and she is hot tonight. Now we go back the other way, inside the zone. Back around. Floating at center ice area. Dalby wants it. She gets control of it. They just get control, throwing it inside. Hits the linesman right in the chest pad right there. And they go back and chase it back inside, far side. Chavosi goes after it. She's trying to get control. She dumps it back inside the zone. Sistek goes back after it. Chavosi goes after it. Cross ice pass. Now they give it back around. Cochran's trying to get control, and this will be picked up in front of the penalty box area by Park. She breaks her way in. Chavosi goes to net. Shot right on goal. Big stop by Kolesko, and she comes out and jumps on that one like she's on a springboard in the middle of July, and she reaches down and grabs that one. Makes that stop look relatively simple. And as she reaches out and grabs that one, 4:22 remaining. Period number one. No score, ironically. Both teams have had their chances. They both had good chances, right, Bruce? A lot of them have their chances, just unable to capitalize right now, getting the free shots. The goaltenders have played remarkable. Both goaltenders are very talkative, more so Maloney. And they go back down. Left side, drop pass, cutting back to the middle part right there. Maloney couldn't put her stick on this one, so she didn't do it the first time. She does it the second time. Back out to Weiss at the blue line. Weiss back in the corner to Maloney. Picking up this one is Heflin. Heflin had it. She's still in the corner. Now she throws it straight out the middle part of the ice, and this is easily intercepted by Sukup, and she just shoots it off of the back wall as Maloney comes out of her net to stop this one. Leaves it, almost stolen right there off her stick. Good forechecking job by Maloney. Shea Maloney is doing a forechecking tenaciously inside, though. Now they pick it back up. They're going to go back after it a secondary time. Ondrik goes after it. Never got control. Now they go back the other way, and Petrie gets all the way out to center. Straight down, across the line. Inside, Blitz comes in. Passed it back to the middle part of the ice, just behind Cave Hawkins. She couldn't get control of it. Now they go out the other way. Straight down. Chicago Young Americans inside, over on the far right side. They're going inside the corner. Wildman comes inside. She is blocked, taken off of the puck. Wildman stays with it, as does Crave Hawkins. Crave Hawkins is the one that comes out of the corner with it this time, and she gives it straight forward up to Petrie. She gets it at center. Over center, throwing it inside. Offside is nullified this time. Players all tagged up. The one that was offside was Brush. Now they give it back over. Petty has it. She throws it out to center ice area. They're going to give it back, and Curry was the one that was going to chase this one back down. Stopped by McMahon inside their own zone. Nice little bit of a dish pass right there to get it back up the middle, back over to McMahon, just below our broadcast location on the penalty box side. McMahon chases it back down. Rachel Ziff goes after it. Shot, rebound, going right on goal. Maloney comes out and dives on this one. Funny bouncing play in front of that. That could have been a costly play, Dan. The way that took a real little funny hop going towards the front part of the net right there. But regardless, it never went in. She made the stop. Maloney come out. She's got some fans in the crowd that are cheering for her. She says, don't cheer, just throw American money. It's worth more. Now they pick it back up and come out of their own zone. Park has control. She gets all the way up the center, picking up some speed. Straight down, going back, offside. One extra move too many. And Allison Curry was offside. Much to the frustration and dismay, she said, I didn't think I was offside, but the linesman made the call. Quick call, fast-paced call right there. So they'll come in, they'll line themselves up for the draw once again. On the ice, just in front of the penalty box area. They pushed it straight forward this time, and Delby goes after it. Delby leaves this one back for Curry, but they're offside. Everybody was screaming offside. I wasn't sure who was hollering for what. But we knew it was going to be offside once the whistle eventually was blowing. Waiting outside the zone for the draw. Delby comes in, pushes it straight forward this time. Delby goes back, got it straight forward. But Bellina was the one that threw it straight forward, cutting down the ice. Weiss comes in. Weiss gives a cross-ice pass, far left side. Alina goes inside. She tries to get control of it. Corcoran has this one, and she comes straight up the middle part of the ice, up to Curry. Curry over the left side wall. 2 minutes remaining, period number one. Curry continues to press inside. She is pushed off of the puck. Not going to get control of it that way. Now they give it back, and they go back up ice the other way. Alina comes down. Cross ice inside the corner. Ondrik goes in. Ondrik, her stick was held. Grabbed off of the puck. No call on the play. Heflin stays with her. Heflin pushing inside the corner with Morgan Ondrik. Bit of a size difference right there between the two of them. I think Ondrik had the better advantage of height going against her, or going in her favor right there. Players fall down. The puck is underneath everybody. They're slow to get back up. Eventually getting back up. Now they take it back behind the net. Holding on it. It's picked back up easily. And they throw it against the boards all the way over on the far right side this time. They're pushing for it. And I think they're saying it was hit by out of the air with a high stick. And not only knocking it out of the air with a high stick, it was picked up one of their own players. If it's picked up, if you knock it out of the air with a high stick, that's fine. If it's picked up by the opposition, the play is allowed to continue. But if your own team picks it up, then you have a stoppage to play in a face-off inside the corner. So they go back. The face-off will be in the corner. They're going to come inside to take the draw. Crave Hawkins coming in, puts her stick down, takes the draw, pulls it back inside the corner. Now they give it around the boards. Taking her player out of the puck is Park. Park stays with it, trying to get control. Not going to let her get free of the puck, and Park is calling for it. The one that's at the blue line waiting for the loose puck right there was Katzman. Couldn't give it to her, although she was waiting and calling for it. A couple other players collided. Katzman comes inside. The referee was in the way. Now Katzman goes in, shoots it against the wall. Katzman didn't do it right the first time, gets it second time. Middle part of the ice, takes a shot, tipped in front, the rebound. Scramble shot, narrowly missing the post on this play right there. Clearing it out to the blue line. Not onside this time. It's delayed offside. They tag up to get onside. That nullified the offside right there. Now they throw it all the way out to center ice area, and it's dumped down the ice, and we have a quick icing call with 32 seconds remaining in period number 1. No score in the contest. Washington Pride, Chicago Young Americans. Well played, fast tempo game, and coming to you from the Father Bauer Arena at the University of British Columbia. Our pleasure to bring the call for today's game as they wait for it. Linesmen all ready to drop the puck, but nobody else wanted to. They'll get themselves set it up once again, eventually getting it sorted out. From the draw, goes back over in the corner. They take control of it. Waiting. Picked back up. They come out of the corner this time, and Delby had it for a second. Now they throw it straight up the middle, and Delby goes after it a second time. She turns inside her own zone. Knocked out of the air with a high stick. No call on the play. Now play carries back up the center ice area. Across the line, Ziff comes in. She rips this one all the way back in. And as it goes inside, the buzzer goes to end period number 1. Well played, fast-tempoed first period of the final game of the first day for this event, coming to you from the Father Bauer Arena at University of British Columbia on Canada's West Coast. Hope everyone's enjoying the game today. Danny Upstill doing all the magical work on camera. Steve Erickson bringing you the broadcast. Bruce Nolte helping us out doing all the magical work behind the scenes as far as getting assists for stats that we might need behind the scenes. Hope everyone's enjoying the game. Cold, snowy night in Vancouver right now. Slow down, go grab yourself another cup of coffee. Come on back and join us for period number 2 right after this timeout. Hi everybody, welcome back to the Father Bauer Arena at the University of British Columbia. Steve Erickson, our pleasure to bring the call for tonight's game as we are set to start period number 2. And number 2 is already and underway right now. They get control and the Washington Pride throw it all the way back in. Corcoran cleared it around the wall this time. They picked it back up, kept it inside. Petty goes after it, tries a centering pass, trying to set it all the way back out to Corcoran, out of her reach. Now they just throw it around the back wall. Blitz goes after it. She couldn't get control. Now the Chicago Young Americans, they get all the way back out to the center ice area. Blocked and stopped, and they'll throw this one back inside. Careful so they don't run the linesman over. Now it's tipped all the way down the ice. And do we have an icing? Sure we do. We have a quick icing call right now on the game. And I was going to give you an update on one of the scores that we had earlier on in the game. I think just as I take a look right now, we'll see. We've got New England up over Boston by a 1-0 score so far. Second period. So that's the game over on the far side rink on the Pro Trans. 3 rinks here. Thunderbird, which is the main one that the university teams use. Father Bauer, which is the one that minor hockey and rental teams use, as well as a little bit of industrial hockey as well. And the Pro Trans, which is also rented for the general public. Inside, they turn. They go back up ice the other way. Dalby comes down, out to center, goes inside, far left side. Careful to stay onside. Dalby in front of net, couldn't get the puck through to her. Kolzeko goes after this one. She failed to get control. Now they have it against the wall, far right side. They picked it back up, get up the center ice area. Schneider comes down, over on the far right side, deep to the goal line. Schneider goes in, drives, puts it right through the goal crease. This is literally stolen right there. And Heflin picks it back up. Heflin leaves it for her partner. And this is stolen by Chavosi, and Chavosi comes inside the corner. She's going to go after, centering it in front. A dangerous play right there, trying to get her stick on it. Huge shot, stop once again. Kolesko, and she holds on this one for a quick stoppage to play once again. And we'll have a stoppage to the faceoff inside the corner with 18:35 remaining. Period number 2. Scoreless draw so far on the Father Bauer Arena here at the University of British Columbia on a snowy, overcast Friday evening out on Canada's somewhat nice west coast. Not so much outside tonight, but with anything, keep our fingers crossed, it should be gone by Monday. That's the way we like to see it. Off of the backboard, centering, scramble, couldn't put her stick on it. Backhand, forehand, shot over top of the net. There was an exceptional play right there, and that is one she would love to have back as they come off of the boards with this one. Blitz goes in, she's trying to get control. Blitz had a chance right there, now they give it back around. Petty comes in, Blitz is out in front, tipped off the outside of the post this time. Now they push back behind the net. Coming out from the corner, trying to get it back out to Blitz, also in front of net. Over on the far right side is Petty. Petty pinches back in out of her reach. Now it goes back inside their own zone, and Park steals it. Park throws it against the wall. Right side wall, blocked. Coming inside to get control. This one is Alina, and Alina throws it straight forward. Now they dump it back inside, and chasing this one inside is Maloney. Maloney stays with her man. Stopped and blocked and picked back up, easily played right there, and Petty has it for the Washington Pride. Lost it for a second right now. Now Chicago Young Americans dump it all the way out to the center ice area, and they come back in on the right side. Bush comes in. Abigail Bush goes deep behind the line, holding onto it. She just rings this one back around, trying to get it out to his defensive pair right there. Got it shot through traffic, blocked and picked back up by Mara, and Mara throws it out to the neutral ice area. Curry goes after it. Curry couldn't get control. Inside, over the blue line, Hernandez is the trailer in this game right there. They're all going in. McMahon comes inside. She wanted to get control. Newton goes in the corner with it. Newton continues to press inside to chase it back down, but not going to get control. Now they go up ice the other way, and they break the way inside. Far zone. Mara comes in. Mara deep to the goal line. Long stretch pass all the way across the line. Back out to the center ice area. It goes inside their zone, and they'll chase this one back down, and Ziff will steal it. Ziff steals it, tips it all the way back out to the center line. They tag up on the blue line to get themselves back onside, and the Washington Pride just throw it back down the ice. Inside the zone. Clearing it all the way out to the center ice area this time. This is blocked and stopped. Munson goes after it. Maloney comes inside. McMahon comes in. She wanted to get control of it for a second. Now they go over and throw it against the wall on the far right side boards. Play carries right on. Nothing happened. Nothing that anybody wanted to happen of any type of substance. Now 16-12 remaining. Period number 2. Still no score in the game. Throwing it straight forward inside. Tifosi comes in. She throws it all the way over on the far right side wall. This is picked back up. Clearance back around by Schneider, and Schneider just throws it straight forward. Blocked and stopped. And the Young Americans clear the long pass all the way back over. Careful to get on side of the blue line. Bad giveaway, breaking out of their own zone this time, and they continue to go back after it, and Petty has control. She takes it, comes out from behind the net, centers, jams it right there. Block, Petty, shot, scores! She gets her own rebound on a scramble after she picked it up and broke in from the left side wall and goes inside to put this one and buries it right on the net. And that's the way she puts this one back. Putting it back upside. Putting them up by a 1-0 score so far on the board. And they're trailing in the shot department by they have 6. And the Chicago Young Americans have 8 shots so far on goal. From the draw. Goes back inside their own zone. They clear it all the way out to the center ice area. Now it goes back inside the zone once again. They'll chase this one off of the back wall. Trying to get it all the way back out in front. Failed to. They'll come inside on the far side. Pinched in by Park. Park throws it back inside the corner over to Petty. Petty takes control. She couldn't get the shot away, and Cave Hawkins in there. The net moves completely sideways this time. And there's a lot more traffic down there than what's actually needed, so they'll get the net all fixed up. One of the linesmen will fix the net up. The players will go up for the Washington Pride on a line change. And they're pleased with the way they've been playing right now. The Chicago Young Americans want to get a little more offense going in their step in their stride, so to speak, to see how that can work out. They're still pushing for it. Now they take it against the wall, far left side. This is centering all the way back out to the blue line. Heflin comes in. She couldn't get control of it, out of her reach. Heflin goes down, stays with Snyder. Far right side wall this time. Tumawa comes inside. She wanted to get control. Now they take it back behind the net, holding on this one once again, and Heflin goes after it. She tried to clear it out, blocked and stopped, and also going after this is Delby. Delby stays with the attacker. Shot blocked once again. Not going to get the shot away that way, and Schneider had the chance to get the shot through traffic. Now it goes out to the center ice area. Blocked, stolen, hooked off of the puck. Plate carries right on. Merrow was taken off of the puck. Curry comes in. Curry deep against the hash marks, far right side. She is pushed off of the puck, and going after that one deep inside the corner will be Molly Dalby once again. Dalby comes inside. She goes from one side to the other. She's all over the ice, and she continues to press inside. Sistek had it. Sistek cleared it, goes out to the blue line. Stopped, kept on side by the Washington Pride, and they throw it inside. They've got one. They're working at number 2. Now they dump it deep in front, taking the shot away. Nice play going after that. And they take the shot again, a return shot. Ruttenberg got the shot away. It rolls it inside the corner. Ruttenberg's out in front. Couldn't get the shot through traffic. There was too much of it in front of the net. Now they go against the boards. Clearing it, not out. Kept on side once again. And Chavosi has control. She lost it. Schneider picks this one back up. Shot against the wall. Far side boards this time. And they just clear it around left side this time. And Delaney Weiss cleared it. Hash marks, left side. Out to center. Stolen literally by Wildman. Wildman throws it straight forward. Across the line. Nice spin to stay onside the blue line. Good move. Good read on that play, because if she didn't read that play, she would have been offside and nothing further would have taken place on that play other than having a quick stoppage of play. Clearing it all the way down the ice. Icing indicated and called with a quick face-off back down once again inside the zone for the Chicago Young Americans. And we have talked about the second period right now. 13:25 remaining, second period of play. 8-6. The shots on goal in favor of the Chicago Young Americans. They're working their way back inside, holding onto it. Linesman trying to line everybody up for the perfect draw. Managed to get it done this time. Now they take it back, and Maloney goes after this one. It goes inside the corner. They're all pinching back inside. Waits, never got control this way. They'll go back the other way. Pride. Delby going after it. Delby just throws it back behind the net. Mara comes out. She does a centering shot. Scores! A goal that puts them up by 2. That completely caught them off guard on the breakout pass coming out from the left side of the post that puts them up by a 2-0 score, and they're still trailing by 1 in the shot department. Remarkable forechecking showing so far by the Washington Pride, and the Chicago Young Americans are sort of caught off guard the way it's happened so far. I don't think they expected it to be a 2-0 contest at this stage of the game. From the draw, it goes all the way back. Now they'll pick it back up, giving it over to Hernandez, and she gets it inside the zone. But turning, going after this one, will be Heflin. Heflin trying to clear it out. That was blocked. Shot high off of the glass all the way over on the far side this time. Munson had it for a second. She throws it back inside the corner over on the far side. They're all pushing after this one. Never got control that way. And they'll chase it a second time. Stopped as the Chicago Young Americans come in on the far left side. Breaking it over. Right side corner. They pick this one back up. Pretkelis at the blue line. She wants to get the shot. Kicked in the corner. Nice play by Maloney to kick this one in the corner. She's an extremely vocal young goaltender, as we were mentioning earlier on tonight on the broadcast. Directs traffic from the back end. Now they go back the other way. Going in, taking a shot. Big stop once again by Maloney. She goes down, dives at it. Not going to get control of it that way. Chafosi has it. She tried to clear it back out. They keep it back on side. Pretkelis threw it back in. This time it goes over on the far left side boards. They're trailing, trying to get control. Out to the blue line area, at least attempt the blue line. Kicked all the way back up by Maloney. Nice play with the good left foot pad kick out that time to get that one out of harm's way. Now Hernandez couldn't get control. Far side, coming inside, centering it in front, right through the goal crease on this play right there. McMahon goes after this one. And now the Pride will clear it all the way out to center ice area, down the ice. Icing is waved off. No call on the play right now. Pretkelis has control. She throws it out far right side over to McMahon, and McMahon comes all the way out to the center ice area. Elena goes down across the line, offside on the play right there, and we have a quick call right there. I don't think they expected that one to be offside. They were just in this hurry-up mode, and unfortunately they went north and the puck went south, so they have a bit of an offside play right there on the call. Still a 2-0 game right now with 11:19 remaining in period number 2. What a remarkable game so far. The young ladies have played exceptional so far. So the amount of talent that they've got from all of these women's teams in the JWHL. Feel free to visit them on their website, jwhl.org. A lot of great information as they break their way back inside. The Washington Pride come inside their corner. Petty lost it. Now it's thrown back out in the neutral zone, and going after this one is Lily Wildman. She had it. Puck was stripped off of her. Wildman stays with her checker. Not going to let her get loose. A couple other players come in and collided. I think we're going to have a glove hand pass indicated by the referee, so the faceoff will be taken outside of the neutral zone. So as the faceoff's taken outside the neutral zone, we have a glove hand pass and a nice faceoff called by the quick wit of the linesman and the referee to make that call. No mistake in that one at all. They weren't going to give that one up. That's one of those calls that's extremely easy to make when you get the chance and you have the chance to see it. So they go back, waits. Having it all the way at center ice area, they stop and go inside, but they're also offside on the play, going the other way. So the teams seem to be trading offsides and whistles so far in the play right now. They're trying to get control of it and set everything all up perfect right now, but so far it hasn't really materialized the way both teams would have loved to have had it happen. Face-off will be outside in the neutral zone. Coming in to take the draw will be Molly Dalby. She pushes it straight forward. Goes all the way back inside, straight inside the zone. They clear it out to the center ice area. Coming in to get this one was Cochran, and she had her stick on it. Now throws it straight forward, and Mara goes inside. Mara's trying to get the puck away from Katzman this time. Katzman gets out up over center and rips this one in off of the back wall. Maloney comes out of her net to stop this one. Stop the long, wide open pass, and you talk about goaltenders being vocal at one end. They're vocal at both ends. Kolesko, she's just as vocal at the other end as is Maloney on the end for the Washington Pride. Kick, shot, wide, narrowly missing the post. Shot, rebound, off of the post. That was blocked in front. I think they had a little bit of help from a friend on that play right there, and it's dumped down the ice. Do we have an icing? Yes, we do. We have an icing call. A couple of the players question that call right there, but good pressure showing right now by the Chicago Young Americans to see what they can get, and they've clearly had their chances so far in the game. They've got more shots on goal. They're leading by an 11-7 margin right now. Just haven't had the luxury to get the shots right through. To the linesman will square everybody up as they go back against the wall. Pushing it. Nice play by the linesman to make the drop. Made sure that everything was all fair and even on that play. Munson goes after it. Now they throw it up for the backboard. Just as picked back up. Centering pass. Back out in front. This is going to be stolen by the Pride, and they get it out to their own blue line. Now it's blocked and stopped, and careful play, overskated the puck. Thought about giving it back, but failed to get control of it this time. It was just a little bit out of the reach of Sistek, and she couldn't get control. Now it goes off of the back wall. Quick change coming up for the Washington Pride. Actually 5 off and 5 on, so that was a complete wholesale change. They get out to center. Block. Sistek throws it back inside. This time she's going to give it back over to Chavosi, and Chavosi goes inside. Scramble ensues, and a couple other players come together. Some hop for some valuable assistance, so we'll have another stoppage of play. 9:16 remaining. Period number 2. Shots 11-8 in favor of the Chicago Young Americans. So they'll come in for the draw. Cave Hawkins will come inside to take the draw this time. Linesman drops the puck between both players. Ondrick was one that actually won that draw, pulled it all the way back inside her own corner. Corcoran goes after it. She couldn't get it through traffic right there, and it's blocked and kept onside. Now it goes back inside the corner once again. Petty comes in. She fights for it. Petty throws it straight forward this time. Referee was in everybody's way right there, but didn't have a chance to go nowhere else, so that was just such a thing. Cave Hawkins goes in, centering pass, back out in front, misplayed this one, and now the Americans from Chicago will come up the other way, straight down the ice, breaking the way in. Alina comes in, she shoots it over in the boards on the far right side this time. Ondrick picks it up. Morgan Ondrick had a good chance to get that through traffic, mostly made it, but part of it was blocked, just a little bit, not much. Now they go inside the corner once again, they're going to chase this one back down. Julia Blitz comes inside. She had it, and they pick it back up and go up ice the other way. Across the blue line, going back inside. Good play, good forecheck. Caitlin Schneider comes in, takes the shot. This goes over in the far side wall. Schneider stays with it, throws it back out to the blue line area. Gives it back. Sydney Sorkin takes a shot. Right on goal, big stop right there. Well played, but what a good amount of speed on the hustle-up offense to come inside the zone and get that shot. But what a good play to keep it onside at the blue line, which surprised a lot of people, but regardless, they managed to keep it onside, and that's what their goal was. They succeeded. Sometimes it doesn't always work, but in that case, it really does work. New England still up by a 1-0 score as they get set to start another period right now over at Boston. The JWHL hockey event this weekend coming to you from the University of British Columbia. Father Bauer Arena, the Pro-Trans Arena they're playing on. We're on the Father Bauer. They go inside the corner. Going after this one is Delby. Delby stays with her player. Not going to let her get loose. Now they're looking at getting it all the way back out. Heflin's at the blue line. Shot wide of net. Mara goes after this one. Out of her reach. Now they give it back around, and Maloney throws it back down. Far right side into Bush. Rush comes in. Shot kicked out. Nice play by Maloney. She gets a second shot right there. That first it don't exceed. Try again. Out to the blue line. Cross ice pass all the way over on the far right side. Sorkin goes in, takes a shot right on goal. Good stop, but what a nice shot by Sorkin to get that one right on goal to make sure that was going straight down. And we are back to live action right now. Face-off will be inside the corner. 7:18 remaining. Period number 2. 2-0 the score in favor of the Washington Pride, much to the surprise of the Chicago Young Americans. From the drop, it goes all the way back out at the blue line. Stopped it, blocked it. Now they throw it straight forward. They're trying to get it a secondary time, and they do, and they kept it back inside. Bloomer threw it inside the corner. Bloomer is chasing it, trying to get control as she goes from one side to the other. Now they give it back over in front of the penalty box area. Picked back up by number 8, Ruttenberg, and she throws it inside. Off of the back wall, pushed off of the puck right there by Chavosi. Chavosi stays with her player. Ruttenberg comes inside to offer some assistance as well. Now she goes back. Ruttenberg comes inside. A bit of a high stick. No call on the play right there. Stick was a little bit up and high on that play, but nothing else materialized on that. All the players just decided they got a good game going, so they all skated away. Kept on side of the blue line. Nice long shot. Wildman got the shot through traffic. This is blocked. Chavosi went after it. She couldn't get control of it. And now the Americans come straight down the far side, going inside. Bloomer comes in. Shot right on traffic, right on net. That's not the first time we've seen young Bloomer come inside and just explode going in once she gets over the blue line to get the shot on goal. As we go all the way back in the corner once again. They hold on to it. Now they go back, and it's against the wall. They pick this one back up. Good play by the Chicago Young Americans to hold on to it, clearing it back out to the blue line. Dumped inside the corner on the far side. Munson threw this one back in. Munson, as well as Weiss, the two defensive pairings out there. Getting it inside. Weiss is going to chase it back down. Stays with her player against the wall over on the left side this time. They picked it back up. shot it, not out of play. They'll do it a second time. Second period is winding down. 5.5 remaining. Period number 2. 2-0 for the Washington Pride so far. Coming in, going to the far side of the net right now. Alina comes in. She is pushed off of the puck over against the wall, and Blitz steals it from her. Now they go back up ice the other way. Petty comes in. Petty goes to the middle. Now goes to the outside. Drives for net. A little bit of a push. Shot. Scores! And I am surprised at Chicago Young Americans. Nobody questioned that the possibility of maybe goaltender interference on that play because she cut in front. When she cut in front, she actually knocked the young goaltender off her stance and knocked her a little bit out of the way and took her off her focus. But regardless, the referee said that's a good goal, so we will give them credit for that one. Chicago Young Americans, that's the key right now. You got to go back, give your goaltender a little bit more support. Never mind if you allow them to score, give them a little bit of moral support. Tap them on the pads and say you're doing a fine job. Don't let them get away with that one. Now they work their way back up the center. They go inside. Curry comes in the far right side. As Curry goes to the net, Mara is in there. Curry gets pushed off the puck against the boards. Far left side. This is stopped and blocked, and they pick it up and go the other way. Maloney comes down. As Maloney comes inside, Ondrick goes in. Shot. Maloney stays with it. Still in control of the puck. She still fights for it. Now Ondrick goes after this one. She couldn't get control. Maloney goes after it. This is all the way back out to the center ice area, and Katzman has it. Katzman throws it cross ice inside her own zone this time. Picked back up by Sorkin, and she throws it straight forward and gets it back up to Ondrick, and she comes inside. Shot taken, blocked. Secondary shot taken right there. That one was by Maloney. That was high over top of the net. Careful to keep it onside the third time, and Katzman had it again. Kicked back out this time by Maloney. She had a chance. What a marvelous chance to keep this one back out. Waiting for it. On goal. Nice play. And a big, huge save once again by Maloney, who comes up with a big stop for the Washington Pride. 4:30 remaining. Period number 2. A lot of great hockey action, not just tonight, but all day tomorrow. Feel more than free to visit the website, www.jwhl.org. Great information. Good hockey action supplied by these young ladies here at the University of British Columbia all weekend long. Centering pass back in front. Stopped by Maloney. She was robbed. Kolikoff. Big time right there. Lickety split. And they'll go back down across the blue line. Careful. They throw it back inside. Getting it back onside once again. And they'll turn in the corner. Twisting and turning. Back. Trying to get it back once again. Chasing it inside. Ruttenberg comes inside. He was going after this one. She failed to get control. Now it's over on the far side this time, and Bloomer throws it all the way out to center. Goes in the corner on the far side. They'll take this one back inside the corner over there. Wildman goes after it. She tried to clear it out. She was pinned against the boards. A couple other players come inside to help out as well. They were all pushing back behind the line. Now they're trying a centering pass. Not going to let it. Ziff stays with her man. Forces her off of the puck. Not going to let her get loose. Now they still have control of it, and they come inside the corner once again, and Bloomer goes back after it. Back pass, shot narrowly missing the outside post. McMahon goes after it, as does Bloom. Kept onside. That was blocked and stolen. They clear it back out the other way. Petty comes down, right side, cuts to the middle, going back to the inside once again. Shot narrowly missing the outside post this time. 3:15 remaining, second period of play. Pride supplying an awful lot of pressure right now as they're going inside the zone. They got the shot away. They had more than one shot on goal, but now they're going to chase it back down, and Park comes out of her zone to stop this one. Easily left for her by Maloney, and Maloney just easily said, no, you can take it, thank you very much. I don't want it. Now they go back in front of the penalty box, turning inside their own blue line area, holding on to this one. Ondrick up to center. She just throws this one straight forward. Now they just rip it off of the wall all the way over on the far right side, and they have control of it inside their own zone. Sukup throws it inside. Blocked and stopped once again. Park has it. Park gives a cross ice pass, dangerously intercepted by Mara this time, and Mara couldn't clear it out of her own zone. They eventually get it out, and they tag up at the blue line to get themselves onside. Shot out to the center ice area. Picked back up once again by Mara. She goes down the right side. She breaks her way in. Sukup stays with her. The two of them pushed with each other against the wall. Also coming in to help out is Ruttenberg. Referee telling the players keep it moving. Referees want it to move more than the players do. The players want to stop it to play in fresh legs on the ice, but the referee says no, keep it going. We've got a good line change going, and that's what we want. Across the line, inside, kicked out in the corner. Heavy fall in the corner. Not a hit. She just lost an edge and slipped inside the corner and fell really extremely heavy against the wall. So we'll have to keep our eyes on that, make sure she's okay. She's going off the ice on a bit of a line change right now, so we'll have to keep our eyes peeled to make sure she is okay indeed. Coaching staff checking things out. Centering it back out to the blue line once again, all the way over on the far right side to Sukup. Sukup takes the shot. That was blocked. Picked back up. Curry goes after this one, and they had control of it, clearing it out to the center ice area. Still in control of it, and they get it a secondary time, and Curry comes down. Curry throws it inside the zone. They're chasing it inside. Bush goes after it as she picks it up, rips it towards the net. Big stop right there by Maloney. Bush takes it back behind the net once again, and Maloney comes out of the crease to stop this one. Sukup comes in. She shoots it off of the backboards. Going after this one. Not going to get control of it that way, and now they finally get control a second time. Weiss comes inside. She got the shot through traffic. That was blocked. Sukup comes in. She throws it back inside the corner once again, and Curry chases it back down. Stop, top on the spinorama move right there. We've got less than a minute remaining in the second period of play. They're going after this one. Still following it. And Washington Pride coming out of their own zone all the way out the far right side this time. Trying to get control of it. They go back up ice the other way. Katzman comes in. Looks. Inside taking a shot. And they go back down the other way. Crossing the blue line. Going inside. Blitz comes in. Blitz centering pass. Going in. Huge save right there by Kilzetko, and she comes out, makes the marvelous stop, holding on to it, keeping it, the score extremely within reason right now, and she's being under siege for the last little while so far by the Washington Pride, and the Pride doing a remarkable job forechecking, getting the shots, all shots so far, on goal. We will wait from the far side. They're going to take this one back inside the corner over on the far side this time. Katzman gets it. She tried to clear it out. Now they eventually cleared it back out. 5 seconds remaining in the period. Looking, trying to give the cross-ice pass over to Hernandez. Hernandez is wide open. Couldn't get it through to her this time, and Weiss had it. And at the last minute, between Weiss and Hernandez, it was just a chance that just did not work out the way the two of them wanted planned. After 2 periods of play, we have a remarkable game. The Washington Pride are up by a 3-0 score, and they're trailing in the shot department 20-12. A cold, overcast, snowy night in Vancouver. Grab yourself another cup of coffee, hot chocolate. Come on back and join us from Canada's lovely West Coast and the University of British Columbia for exciting JWHL hockey action on a cold Friday night. Grab a coffee. We'll be back.
Are you ready?
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Period number 3 about to get set, and they have just dropped the puck to start the third period right now. And it's thrown inside the zone, holding on to it. Good pressure showing so far. Pride go in, take a huge shot, heavy shot, go deflect it up over top of the net. Petty comes inside. She tries to get control of it. Cave Hawkins goes after this one. Does the wraparound, throws it back out to the blue line, and Corcoran misplayed this one. Now they go back the other way. A back pass, throwing it up towards the blue line area. Back pass, throwing it inside. Blitz gets control. She rips it back inside the zone. Now they'll throw it out to the center ice area. Coming up, across the line, throwing it back inside. McMahon goes after this one. She's not going to get control of it. Now they leave it back, and Cave Hawkins goes after this one. Pick it up a second time and dump it all the way back out to the center ice area. Blocked and stopped by Sukup. She comes down. She throws it straight forward. Sukup the trailer. It's inside the corner. Katzman has it. Centered. Shot was blocked off of the outside net. Wraparound shot blocked in front. And this is picked back up by the Pride. And they come out of their own zone. Up the center. Straight down the ice. Across the line. Over on the right side. Curry comes in. She takes control of it. Rings it around the boards. Blocked and stopped and picked back up. Now they go the other way. Chicago Young Americans come straight down. Off of the back boards this time. This is blocked and stopped in front. And they shoot it against the wall, far left side. Dalby dumps it inside the zone. Going after this one is Sistek. Sistek stays, continues to go after the loose puck. And Sorkin goes after it. Sorkin had it stripped off of her stick. Inside the corner. Javosi goes after it. It was taken off of her as well. Now they both of them sidestep the referee. And this is picked back up in the middle part of the ice. And Andrik had it for a second. She still has control of it. Now it was taken from her, and they're doing a good job forechecking, and Ruttenberg threw it back. Pride doing a great job inside the zone, keeping it inside. They haven't been out of the attacking zone so far for the last 2 minutes. Couple defensemen off, two on. Careful to come straight down the ice. Careful play. They almost got tagged for too many players on the ice right there because it was one of the what I would consider a real sloppy line change. Now they come inside. Sidestep, almost hammered the linesman. Careful play, but they go back, take it back behind their own net. Holding on to it. A long stretch pass out to center. They throw it inside. They have to tag up, but they're offside. I don't think they knew they were offside. Now they have to regroup. They heard her at the last split second, and they pick it back up. Shot off of the boards. Dump it back inside. They just cleared it back. Chicago Young Americans pressing inside. Never got control of this one. They still cleared it. Out to center ice area, going after this one is Blitz, and Blitz goes down. Left side corner. 17-11 remaining. Third period of play. Chicago Pride up by a 3-0 score right now to the absolute shock and surprise of the Chicago Young Americans. They have control in front of the penalty box area. They're going to go after this one. Tamiwa comes in. She throws it back inside, up for the back boards. This is picked up by the Young Americans, and they throw it back, but not out. Far side, clearing it eventually out to the center ice area, and Bloomer gets control. Bloomer is tripped up. Plate carries right on, across the line, going inside. Shot right through the goal crease. Couldn't get that one on net, and they had it out to the blue line again. They continue to pick up speed, and the Pride comes straight down. Curry comes in. Curry, beautiful back pass on the far side. Dalby goes in, takes the shot off of the outside of the net. Curry and Dalby, solid forechecking in there, and Ziff comes inside as well. She gets it. Ziff throws it back inside the corner. She gives it back around this time. Good passing play on the far side over to Dalby, and Dalby give it away. And Chicago come back the other way, across the line, over on the far right side, right on goal. Maloney holds onto it. She throws it off of the back boards this time. Picked back up, 16 minutes remaining, third period of play, and this is stolen once again by Rachel Ziff. She gives it back over. Ziv had it, then lost it. Then they go back and clear it eventually out to center ice. Sistek comes down. She goes inside the corner. Sistek throws it back behind the net. Andrik picks it up. Blocked at the blue line. Stolen. Kept onside. Petty comes in. Over on the far right side. And the puck goes out to the center ice area. Bloomer goes down. Cuts to the middle. Now goes to the outside. Huge shot. Shot saved right there by Maloney. And she comes up with a remarkable save to stop that one and prevent that one from going in. Other scores over on the other rink right now. New England are up over Boston they've got it listed second period by a 2-1 score. Not sure whether it's the second period or third period right now on the far side. Still second? So it's still the second period. I should take it at face value. Sometimes it's better off just to believe what you see. Holding out of this one, Chicago Young Americans getting it all the way out of their own zone. Alina gets up the center. She goes back down the left side, holding onto it. Cuts back deep to the goal line, left side, pushed off the puck against the boards by Park. Park give this one back over to Corcoran, and she goes after it. Corcoran's going to go after it a second time. Referee moves and gets out of the way, so she doesn't get run over. Now they steal it and clearing it back out. Nice play to keep it back onside, then fail to get control, and Petty throws it straight up the ice all the way up to Blitz, and Blitz comes down. Off for the back wall, leaving this one easily is Kilzoko, and she had it for a second. Now they throw it back inside, blocked and stopped. Now they come back over on the wall on the right side. Backhand going inside, misplayed the backhand shot that was taken eventually by Mera, and it goes right on goal. And Kilzetko comes down and stops that one. Good, well-played shot right there on that play right there to make sure it holds onto it. And she gets a well-placed and a well-timed face-off once again. This time it's over on her left. 14:35 remaining. Third period of play. From the draw, push straight forward, going after it. Shot, big stop right there by Kaleko, and she stopped that one and got that one inside the corner. Good play to work that one free. Curry goes after it. She picks it up. She is pushed off of the puck. Play carries right on. They cleared it out to center ice area inside the zone. They'll chase it back behind their own net. Heflin clears it against the boards over on the left side this time, and this is easily picked back up and literally stolen by Dalby, and she gets up. Couple little nice nifty moves to get back down inside the zone. She goes back, trying to get it back over on the far right side. Dalby still has control. Sistek is in there as well. Also coming in, but missed to get control of it. Now they go back the other way. McMahon comes in. Shot tipped right on goal. Big play. What a nice tip in right there by Abigail Bush to get that one right on goal. And Abigail Bush was the one that got that shot right through traffic. And a well-played shot by Maloney to come out with a smart, timely stop on that play right there. Line change coming up for the Chicago Young Americans wearing the blue and red and white colored sweaters. Washington Pride wearing the white with the yellow and black trim sweaters. Washington Pride going from left to right on the screen, going straight down the ice. And they have a quick call. Icing once again, so the faceoff will be back inside the corner. This time it's going to be over on the left of Gina Maloney. Linesmen come back, set everything all up. Fast tempo game so far tonight. Both teams come to play. I think both teams are in a hurry to leave here and get back outside in the snow. We're not, but they might be. Now they're going back after it, clearing it against the wall. Never got control of this one to get out of their own zone. Julia Blitz comes inside. She just watches this one to go around the far side. This time it's just straight up to Petty. Petty comes up. She goes straight down. Blitz goes to the net. Petty comes inside. Sorkin stays with her. Back out. Now we have a long breakout pass straight down the ice. A bit of a foot race ensues. Icing is waved off. It's shot against the wall, but not out of their own zone. Kept on side, and Hernandez comes inside. Gives it over. Far side. Sorkin goes in. Hernandez is out in front of the net. Hernandez is going to go after this one. Petty comes inside. She tried to get control. Now they go up ice the other way, and Blitz has control. She comes down. Goes to the left side. Cuts to the right side. Petty comes in. Takes a shot off of the back wall this time. It's picked back up and just cleared all the way back out to the blue line area. Not able to keep it on side. And Tamiwa had control. They get up, get over center, and rip this one back in, and they'll go off on a line change. 4 off and 4 on. Never sent all 5 off on that play right there. Some people might have thought they might have, but they never. They changed their mind to do it the other way. Inside the zone. Curry goes after this one. Not going to get it. Curry just a little bit out of her reach right there. Now they give it back over far left side this time. Blocked. Ondrick comes inside. She goes deep to the back boards this time. Ondrick pushed off the puck, still in control of it. Referee moves so she doesn't get run over. Now they'll go back after it a second time, and Munson comes in trying to get control of it. Now it's shot off of the back wall. They're going to go after this one. Perkelis goes up. We have a penalty called right now. I believe this one's going to be going against the Chicago Young Americans for a body check penalty. Body checking minor penalty indicated by the referee, so the faceoff is going to be inside the corner. Players are all taking a second look at it, like right saying, oh, like who's getting the penalty and where did it happen? I don't think she believed that she was actually getting the penalty. McKenna Alina sitting in the penalty box right now. Going to go after this one. She'll wait. She wants to be in there for a full 2 minutes. 12 minutes remaining, third period of play. Chicago up by a 3-0 score right now. Cross ice over on the far right side, tipping it back inside. This is blocked and picked back up, and they just dripped it all the way straight down the ice. Brushed through it straight down the ice. Now they'll do a good job forechecking. Ondrick comes inside. She wanted it. Just a little bit out of her reach, so she's not able to get control of it. Now they come back up ice the other way, across the line, all the way over on the far right side this time. Pick back up. They clear it back inside the zone. Blitz comes in. She shoots it out the wall on the far side. Park comes in. Park takes her off of the puck. And Park ends up with the puck out to the blue line area. Stopped by Blitz. Blitz throws it far side. Blitz pinches back in after Corcoran gets the shot away. Now Corcoran goes back after it a second time. She gets it a third time again. And they're all pushing for it. Now they cleared it back out to center ice area. Across the line, inside the zone. They're pushing after this one, trying to get control of it. And they'll wrap the way around this one. Out to the center ice area. Far left side, breaking the way in. A drop pass ensued right there. Petty comes inside. She takes it. Off of the backboard. Circles, comes out the far left corner. This time Rachel Ziff is calling for it. She never got control of it. Just a little bit out of her reach. They're not able to get control of it. And they just ripped this one all the way down the ice. Nice penalty kill showing so far by the Chicago Young American teams as they killed that penalty. So far, remarkable. 30 seconds remaining still in the power play for the Pride. Cross ice, far side. They're coming out of their own end. They're going from left to right on your sets at home. Now they go back down across the line, breaking the way and just tips this one off of the backboards this time. Mara comes in. She tried to get control, not able to do so this time. And they get it out to the center ice area. Blocked and stopped. They get control. Go across the line, deep to the goal line. Far left side, pushed off of the puck. McMahon was taken heavily against the boards right there. Play carries right on. This is stolen by Curry, and the minor penalties expired right now. So teams are back at full strength. Coming inside the zone. Good dump in play right there by Sistek. She continues to forecheck in, trying to get control of this one, but they stop and turn, and Sukup goes the other way. She throws it all the way back out to the blue line area. This is stopped, and they throw it back forward once again. Bit of a bump ensues against the wall on the far side boards. Bloomer comes inside. Bloomer, Sistek, the two of them bumped, and they get it out partially blocked again at center. Neither one picked this one back up, and Bloomer's from one side of the ice to the other. Now she gets control of it again. Bloomer goes straight down, cutting inside. Katzman goes in. Shot right on goal. Save. Nice stop right there by Maloney, and she holds on that one. Not going to give up the loose free puck right there. 9:22 remaining. Third period of play. Shots are 24-14. Score over on the other rink. New England still up on Boston by a 2-1 score so far. Second period is slowly coming to an end right now, I think, as it's slowly dwindling down, counting down on the clock. Now they get control. It's in front of the bench, and the Young Americans tip this one all the way back inside. They're chasing it. A little bit more of an urgency style showing to their skating style right now. Back in the corner. Blocked, stopped, picked back up. Good spinorama off the boards by Bloomer. Bloomer got it back out the center, and Brett Callis takes the shot. That's deflected inside the corner. Going after this one is Petty. Trying to center pass. This is blocked out by Blitz, and Bliss gives this one back over to Cave Hawkins. She throws it straight down. Breaking in is Petty. Petty comes in deep to the hash marks. Left side. Cave Hawkins is out in front. Drop pass back out to Curry. Curry goes in. She misplayed it. And we have a penalty called right now on the breakout. What an exceptional chance to have a breakout play going straight down the ice. And that breakout play was null and void because they are getting tagged with a minor penalty once again. As they go to the sin bin, a body-checking minor penalty. Assessed with 8:34. The one thing about the Young Americans, they've played tough defensively inside their own end, but they've sure been tagged with a couple of minor penalties that have put them behind the 8 ball so far in the game. From the draw, push straight forward. Dalby goes after it. Tried to get it. Now it's off of the back wall. Dalby gets it a second time. Gives this one easily back over, this time to Curry. Curry couldn't get control. Now they throw it back, and it's just ripped off of the wall over on the near side wall. Dalby comes back inside. Dalby stays with it. She finally gets herself loose, and she's trying to throw it back out to Park. Unable for Park to get it. Now Park pinches back in over on the right side to get it by about 20 feet. Park had it. Dalby goes after it. Cutting out to the front part of the net is Mara. Nice play to get off for the boards this time. Dalby goes in, just circles this and takes it back behind the net. Curry comes inside. She still has control of it. And this is stopped by Corcoran, and she has control. Straight out the middle, takes a shot. Kicked in the corner with the left pad this time. Nice stop by Kilzeko, and she got this one off of the boards, and it was kicked off of the wall all the way back out to the blue line area. Park has it. Park goes straight up the middle, going in, fakes one shot, makes a drop pass right there. Back all the way over on the far side as they just dished this one back in, and Corcoran was the one that got the shot away. Both defensive pairings for the Washington Pride are going off on a line change right now. 7.5 remaining, third period of play. They're going down. Biggest thing that right now is working against the Chicago Young Americans is the clock. If they get one, it can be a different game. Corcoran comes in, hammers it, big stop, kicked one in the corner. Kilzeko kicked this one back out. Now they'll throw it all the way back over on the far side. Kilzeko is going to go back after it. Park pinches back inside. She was unable to get it, and now they just lob it all the way down the ice, killing the minor penalty off. 30 seconds remaining in the power play for the Washington Pride as they give a long stretch pass all the way up the center ice area. Petty had control. She threw it over far right side to Cave Hawkins. Hawkins careful to stay onside. Corcoran goes in. Corcoran deep against the back wall. Just shooting it against the boards right now. Waiting to stand up. 10 seconds remaining in the power play still. And ready to return back to the ice easily is Munson. Munson stands up. She is ready to go. 3-2-1. She is back. Lickety split and on the ice. She goes down. She was waiting for the long stretch pass to go back down inside the zone. Shooting it. Cross ice. Blocked and stopped in front. Now they go back up ice the other way, and this was turned back around. Holding on to it. They're still fighting after it. Going in, cross ice pass, shot taken, kicked inside the corner this time. Nice shot, well taken by Julia Blitz to get that one through traffic. And now it goes the other way, one end to the other, inside their own zone. Wildman has control. Straight up the middle part of the ice, up to Petty. Petty comes straight down, across the blue line, going back inside. She challenges it, throws it back against the wall over to Curry, and Curry gets control of this one. Trying the centering pass back out in front to Curry, out of Curry's reach. She was unable to get control of it. Now they go back up ice, and this is stopped and blocked and given it back, and Bloomer breaks her way in. Bloomer right to the high slot, takes a shot, jumps over to the right side, actually jumped over the stick of Heflin this time, and the puck bounces all the way back out to the center ice area. Chicago Young Americans, they are working their way out, and they're trying to sort things out right now to see if they can get at least one on the board to make the game and pull it within reason. Shot off of the backboards. They're pinching back inside. Chavosi goes after this one. She couldn't get control. It was just a little bit out of her reach. Now they're continuing to press inside. Sistek comes inside. Seems to be the name of the game right now. They can get quick forechecking so they can catch them off guard. Chicago unable to capitalize on anything that's going on right now. Play goes, breaks inside the zone. They just cleared around the boards all the way over in the far left side corner. Blocked, picked back up, taking a shot. That was blocked as well. Bounces off of the foot of Ruttenberg this time over on the far right side, and they come back down, and Petty comes inside. Petty overskated the puck, lost it. Alina goes back. She throws it straight forward. Picked back up by Park, and Park dishes this one straight forward inside to Cave Hawkins. Hawkins go in. The trailer is Petty. Hawkins behind the net trying to jam this one in front. Short side. Couldn't put her stick on this one. Now it goes all the way back out to the center ice area and picked back up once again by Park. Park cross ice, far side. Corcoran throws this one straight forward. They come back inside again over to Blitz, and Blitz goes after it. She couldn't get it. Corcoran throws it back inside. Off of the wall, far right side boards. Good play to pick it back up. Now they misplayed this one, and they go back. Andrick comes inside. She overskated the puck, and they go back up ice the other way. 4 minutes remaining in period number 3 right now. They're turning back, trying to get control of this one as they cut back to the middle, all the way over. Far left side this time. They turn it. Katzman has it now. She picks up some speed. A little more urgency showing in their style, their skating style right now, trying to get it out of their own zone. Waits, cross ice. Wildman had it for a second. Overskated the puck, and now they give it back to Katzman. Katzman throws it straight forward. Icing is waved off. Obviously felt that somebody could have played this one. And they go back after it a second time. In the corner, against the boards, far left side. Stop. Petkelis, she throws it back out to the middle part of the ice. Up and over center. They just dish this one all the way back in off of the backboards this time. And this is literally stolen, so they'll go back the other way. Out to center, a long pass, stopped and stolen. Intercepted once again. McMahon comes in. She couldn't get the shot away. This is blocked and stopped. Petkelis goes in, but she's offside. Well, Petkelis was fine, but the one that was offside was Katzman. And one extra move, and Katzman was doing everything she could to get out of the zone, but just unable to get out of the zone and make that work in her favor. I won't say frustration. I'll say it's a little more urgency than what they expected so far in the game right now. Newton comes inside. She's not going to get control, but now they go back the other way, dipping it off for the wall. They're going to go back after this one inside the corner. Sistek chases it back down. Lost it. Now they pick it back up and give it back over on the far right side this time. Bloomer throws it back over, and it was dumped inside by McMahon. This time McMahon gives it back inside to Bloomer once again, and Bloomer continues to go after it, and it was out of her reach, and now they'll chase it back down inside their own zone. Petkelis goes back after it. 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Period number 3. Can the Chicago Young Americans pull this back off and either tie it or force a possible win? Shot over in the corner, deflected. They are doing everything they can. The goaltender is still in. Thought you might be looking at maybe pulling the goaltender out, but she is still in the net. Shot, backhand shot, save right there. Maloney made a huge save, and the Pride come out of their own zone. Up the center, tips it straight forward, breaking the way in. Petty goes in, overskate of the puck. One extra move too many there. She's going to see that in her sleep tonight. Boy, that was frustration. Sheer frustration. She was in such a hurry up, she just overskated the puck. Back around, balked over on the far right side this time. Blitz throws it straight forward. Petty goes after it. They turn inside their own zone. Andrick goes after this one. Now they clear it back. They're trying. She looked one way and never got control of the puck. And Katzman turns inside her own zone. Breaks up. That young lady's got remarkable speed as she just goes in on the far left side. Coming back inside. Katzman centering. Pass in front. Block. Shot. Rebound. Going after it. Never put her stick on this one. And what a chance right there to at least pull themselves within 2. Didn't happen. Tried, valiant effort for trying though, but boy, oh boy, what a remarkable chance to get that one on goal. Long pass all the way out the center. Alina goes inside, pushed off of the puck, right side boards. Andrick comes in, shot, rebound. Andrick picks it up again, another chance right there. And the second one is stopped by Maloney. What an exceptional play right there. Off of the backboards, they get control of it and dump it all the way back out to the center ice area. They go back down inside the corner. Deep in the corner right now. Minute and 10 seconds remaining. Period number 3. Chicago comes down, goes inside, cross ice, far side. They're really squeezing the sticks hard. The goaltender is still in the net. They're not looking at her to see if they're going to take her out of the net right now. She's still between the pipes. No move made at all. Shot far side. Maloney goes in. Shot. This is picked back up off the back boards. Brush goes in. She was unable to get control of it. And it goes out to the center ice area. Stop. Chavosi comes down. She throws it inside. It's going to be taken off of the wall. Weiss intercepts this one, and she throws it straight forward. Up the center ice area. Straight down. Brush comes in. Brush is pushed off of the puck by Ruttenberg, who stays with her. Ruttenberg forces her wide to the outside. Heflin goes after this one. And as Heflin holds on to it, they come back the other way. All the way out the center ice area. Straight down. 20 seconds remaining. Breaking their way in. Freddie comes in. Shot! Scores! That puts them up by 4, and that's going to make a happy group for the weekend. Nice goal, nice finish off play on there, and you've got to give them full credit. The Pride have just continued to drive all game long and not backed off at all on anything so far. Drive, push for the net, good things will happen, and indeed, they are indeed really working in their favor. 18 seconds remaining. Period number 3 and the game. From the draw, Dalby gets it. She throws it straight forward, trying to get it back over to Curry. Dalby goes after it. It's thrown inside. They tag back up to get onside. Merrow is the one that was there. Now they go back up ice the other way. Across the line, throwing it inside. The buzzer goes, and the game comes to an abrupt end. And as the game ends, the Chicago Young Americans are absolutely upset by the Washington Pride by a 4-0 score. A last-minute goal in the game right now, and they're going to have a handshake. We're going to go down to the dressing room over on the far side and see if we can grab an interview with one of the coaching staff and maybe a player from one, if not both, of the teams. Hope everyone's enjoyed the game tonight, but we're going down rinkside right now. Now it's a yes. Joined by Gianna, the winning goaltender for the game tonight for Washington Pride. Gianna, what a remarkable performance you had. I was really impressed watching you up there.
Thank you.
Did you expect them to come out that strong?
Yeah, we've played them a few times before, and they're a very fast team, and they always have like a lot of shots all the time. So we were expecting that. Yeah.
What did the coaching staff tell the team to prepare against a team like that?
Just focus on like our own play. Don't worry about how fast they are, or, like what they're doing. Work the systems. Just keep it in our heads and stuff.
Did you think that you'd pull off a 4-0 victory over them at the outcome?
Not exactly, but at the same time, yes. Like that's what we want, but you don't expect that all the time. But it's kind of nice every once in a while.
It does. You'll take that when you get it. Your career yourself. Who got you started playing hockey in the first place?
My dad and my older brothers. My brothers played, and I got him when I was young.
So you had to sort of compete with them in the family.
Yeah.
That's tough. If you weren't playing hockey, what else would you be doing?
Nothing. Probably just sitting at home.
Oh, you must be doing something. How's school going for you? So
pretty well, yeah.
What are you looking at majoring?
No idea.
Not yet?
Not yet. It's good to keep your options open.
Yeah, I still keep my options open on that. So for the course of the weekend, is this your first trip to Vancouver?
No, this is my second.
Oh, you're a world traveler then.
Not exactly. We went freshman year for playoffs for JW.
Oh, okay. So the season's going pretty good for you.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to moving forward right now? Is there anything you got to set your mindset forward?
I like to keep things very close range, so just tomorrow. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
All right, so for the young girls that watch this at home right now, first things first, I'll go the first question first. Any advice that you could tell the young girls that want to be goaltenders, aspiring goaltenders? What would you tell them if they asked you a question on what to do?
Do your best. Not every game's going to be very good. You're going to have a lot of, rough games, and it's hard when you get scored on, and it sucks a lot, but just keep with it and keep pushing. Takes a lot of practice.
No arguing for me. I got 3 goaltenders in the family, so I'm on your side completely. All right, thanks for doing this, and good luck in the weekend. Enjoy the rest of your time in Vancouver.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks very much.
Yep.
Remarkable young performance, as we talked earlier on, and boy, oh boy, did she ever play remarkable. She did everything except stand on her head to make some of those key saves right there. And we walked. I'm not sure whether we're going to be getting another interview or not. I'm looking right now. He's on the way. So we do have one more player on the way, so if you want to wait for us, we'll be fine. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Well, as the Zamboni goes by our broadcast location, surprise, surprise, joined by Janessa Hernandez. Janessa, interesting game for the team tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, a little rough start, but we got back at it. We
Were
tried
you
our best.
surprised at how strong they come out?
Yeah, I think it took us by shock. We kind of came out a little laxated, and yeah, it was surprising.
How's this season been going so far for you personally?
I think it's been going pretty good. Turned it around.
What are you looking at down the road?
I'm actually going to UMass Boston after this.
That's a big move for you.
Yeah, it's good. I'm excited.
How did you end up choosing that?
Actually, from the JWHL, I saw them a lot, and then I went and saw the school and fell in love, so that's where I chose to go.
It's tough because it's a big decision to figure out which school you're going to go to nowadays, because there's so many schools realistically that want you to go.
Right, I agree. It's tough, but that's how we play.
That's all you do. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Moving forward for the weekend right now, what's the coach got you working on so far going forward?
Really getting in the corners hard and just getting to crashing the net hard.
That's all you can ask. You can't for any more than that. We're going to let you go. Thanks very much for doing this, and good luck on the rest of the weekend. Enjoy your time in Vancouver.
All right, yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks very much. All right, we're going to bring John in right now. John's the coach for the Young Americans, so we'll bring him in right now. So come on in, John. We won't stop the tape at all. We'll just keep it going and rolling. First off, John, thanks for doing this. I know you're a busy man. You'd much rather be talking to the girls in the dressing room, but what a tough game for the team.
Yeah, it was tough. I think what happens with this group is we've got a lot of skill, a lot of speed, and sometimes we step away from a little bit more of a physical aspect that's needed. I think a few of the teams right now are starting to figure out that by playing us a little tighter and playing certain systems. We saw this morning a team play a phenomenal 1-2-2 against us, and that we struggled with that. But it's a great group. They're a resilient group. I think that, we see a lot of great goalies. I mean, I think one of the parents in our program was talking about how the goalies in this league are just fantastic, and it's great.
Yeah,
so
they're really improving.
Yeah, it's amazing. But yeah, I mean, it's a tough loss, but we got 3 more games this weekend, so away we go, right?
No kidding. You're obviously enjoying your time so far in Vancouver.
Yeah, love it. Love this town.
Other than the snow.
No, I actually love that.
Oh yeah, you got snow at home. That's right.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
This is warm snow.
That's a polite way to put it. Tell me a little bit about the program back in Chicago for the team.
CYA, we've got everything going from 12 and under, 14 and under, 16 and under, and our junior team.
Where do you recruit the players from?
They're all local. All local.
Wow.
We don't have. We get the odd player that might drive a little bit farther, meaning a couple hours. We got a girl on our team now from Wisconsin who makes that drive, but every once in a while we'll get a player from out of state, but it's not that often. Really not.
The key for a coach with a team, not only being like a dad or a mentor to the players, you're also building better citizens for the future of the world, too.
That's actually why I do this, first and foremost.
You got any family involved? You got daughters of your own?
No, don't even have. I have 2 sons. I've got one son playing out at St. Mary's in Minnesota. I got another son that's out at Ferris in Michigan, and it's been interesting not having daughters, learning about daughters. And now I got 80 of them in the program. So,
how do you juggle your schedule?
I'm fortunate in that what I do for a living allows me to do this, which has been a real benefit for us. But Sonia, who's my assistant coach, honestly, I couldn't do this without her. She's unbelievable, an unbelievable coach. And you talk about making them better citizens. As a role model, having a very strong female figurehead who, she'll say it the way it is. And I think it's going to make these girls into incredible women. It really will.
Nothing wrong with that. My mother always told me honesty pays dividends. Unfortunately, not everybody likes honest people.
No, absolutely.
They want you to sugarcoat a little bit, and then if you do that, then they're saying, well, you lied to me.
That's right.
Bottom line. So if you look down the road, is there the possibility of maybe having a second team coming out of Chicago for this league?
So we're talking right now about possibly getting our younger team in. We have an issue in that they play in another league that we're not sure if the schedules will align or not. I would love them to. I really would. I think the opportunity that the league brings to be seen. I think definitely the brand of hockey is fantastic. There's just a lot about it. I'm a huge fan of this. So if I can, I'm going to make it happen.
I would be remiss if I did not ask you which was your favorite hockey team in the world.
Well, okay, so I'm originally from Toronto.
Oh, so you're a Maple Leaf supporter.
Well, so here's the deal.
Let's get down to grass first.
I live in Chicago now. All right.
Yeah,
so
but
obviously
Chicago's won the Stanley Cup more than Toronto.
Yeah, always a Leafs fan, but honestly, I just don't know if it's ever going to happen. Toughest city to play hockey in.
It is, only because of the media and the way they all perceive it.
And
right?
Chicago, the media is unbelievable with that team. And you can see it with the players. And I think you see some great players go to Toronto who the media just swallows them up. So, but, you know, I'm definitely, Hawks are definitely the big thing for me right now.
We've seen that in the past. I grew up in Delta. Well, I live out here in Delta now. Of course, Brent Seabrook comes from the Delta area as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we've seen Brent Seabrook on the summertime all the time out here.
That's awesome.
And you just sort of take it for granted. Oh, there's Brent. He walks down the street.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
But there's a lot of pressure put on those. And, of course, being in Chicago, a lot of the young players nowadays, the young girls included, they look up to the pro players. They want to see what they can make of themselves.
Yeah. No, absolutely. I think from the female side of the game, I think one thing that goes overlooked by everybody, because it's this massive jump. We go from playing in this league, which is still a version of a youth sport, all right? It's not like men's junior hockey, even though we like to call this a junior league. A lot of our players are still living at home. To suddenly that stress of jumping to college, it's different for the girls, I think. I think there's a different path. That path for the boys, you know, I think leagues like this are going to get the girls to that point, but you don't see a lot of girls not in school playing, whereas in boys hockey, a lot of those guys are done school and still playing.
Yeah, and they all have to realize that if your career comes to a real abrupt end, you've got to have something to fall back on too.
Well, the biggest thing we tell our girls, because, you know, if you had a chance to look at our roster, you know, we got a lot of girls going to a lot of amazing schools, but in that process, the biggest thing we talk about is this actually isn't about hockey. If something were to happen to you tomorrow, are you going to love that place? And that's what you have to ask yourself. And I think, you know, all of our girls seem to be very excited about where we're going, and all of our grads are having a great time where they are, and it's all good.
Yeah, you know, and a prime example of that, real quick before we let you run, a prime example of that is what recently took place with young Craig Cunningham, how he had the heart attack on the ice and ended up losing part of his leg.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's just sad. I mean, it's just awful, right?
You just don't expect it, and that's how abrupt the career can be cut short.
Absolutely. And let's be real. I mean, with girls hockey as well, these girls are truly thinking about career. And it's interesting because I've also watched some of the girls that we've had who are now going into their junior year, et cetera. And, you know, you start seeing the end. And it's exciting for them, but, you know, you're hoping they're thinking about that when they're freshmen, so they're focusing on school just as much as the game.
You're just like a dad raising a baby and letting him go off, and next time you're going to be paying for the wedding down the road.
Yeah, well.
John, thanks for this. I appreciate it.
Right?
Enjoy the rest of your weekend in Vancouver.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Thank
we'll
you.
talk about the Leafs later on.
Yeah.
All right, hope everyone's enjoyed the game coming to you this weekend right now on the Friday night from the Father Bauer Arena. What an exceptional game right now. The Washington Pride, actually, we mentioned earlier on, actually surprised and shocked the Chicago Young Americans by a 4-0 score. We have more hockey action tomorrow, starting tomorrow morning, bright and early. You can follow us on YouTube. Go on the JWHL.org website for all great information. Till tomorrow morning, drive safe. Don't drink and drive. Don't text and drive. Drive safe. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Good night from Vancouver, British Columbia. I'm Steve Erickson. If you don't play sport, at least be one.